Previously, WC&ID No. 2 District Engineer Matt Breazeale explained how surface water reaches the district's new treatment plant and reviewed the initial steps of the treatment process. In this installment, he takes us inside the new facility.
After it comes into this building, we send it through membrane filters. What membrane filters are, imagine hundreds of little straws that are about the size of spaghetti. The water goes up inside the straws and then out through the walls of the straws. And the holes in those walls are 0.01 micron, which is smaller than a virus or a bacteria. So it's a physical barrier between anything bad in the water and the public on the other side. So it goes through the filtration process. Then during certain portions of the seasons, when we have algae blooms and things, we send it through the carbon filters, granulated activated carbon. And then it goes from there into the chemical treatment, where it goes through chlorine dioxide, which is a very strong disinfectant that oxidizes everything in the water, organics in the water. And then it goes through a secondary disinfectant that we call chloramines, and that's the disinfectant that treats the water out in the system and keeps it safe all the way to the customer's tap. We can also do some adjustments for things like pH and things, but to fine-tune the water. Then it goes into the clear well, and then from the clear well we pump it out to the customers. The room we're in right now is the main control room for the plant. This plant can be controlled remotely as well, but this is where the operators sit and turn things on and off, monitor what's going on in the plant process. So we have redundancy here. Each of these computers, can run the plant individually. So if one goes down, they can go to the other computer. We also have our security in this room, which is remotely monitored 24 hours a day. And we also have a historian in this room which keeps record of everything that happens at the plant, so we can go back and look and figure out what was our chemical dosage last year at this time. Maybe there's something, maybe we can start with that and then fine-tune based on what we did last year.
The district also uses technology to ensure safety as well as quality.
We're in our process control lab right now. And while we have all these different physical things that protect the customers, what we also have is this mechanism right here, which is our water quality monitoring panel. And this monitors everything about the water before it goes out into the distribution system. If this finds something wrong with the plant, it will shut the plant down to protect the public at large. And this is constantly monitoring the water to make sure that no pathogens or anything get out into the water system. This was done after 9/11, and people use this to monitor the water quality out in the system to make sure that there's no terrorist acts out on the water system. So we've brought it in here to our water lab to make sure that nothing gets out that can hurt the public.
The combination of ground and surface water ensures that both residential and business customers will have enough water at competitive prices.
As to our water supply, we have our groundwater supply, which is still there, and that can provide up to 17 million gallons a day of water to our customers. Our current demand is about 6 million gallons a day, so we have excess groundwater supply. Due to the way things were happening in the early 90s, we saw the opportunity to get the surface water early while it was still cheap. Now it's almost 4 times what we paid for it in the early 90s. So we went ahead and purchased our entire need for the build out of the community, which is 50% more than what the community's at right now. We think it's 50% developed. So we went ahead and got enough surface water, 10.5 million gallons a day, that along with our groundwater allows us to meet the needs through 2050. And as to today, we have 4 billion gallons of water that we don't use every year. But that's money well spent still because we paid for it at such a cheap price.
For more information about the new surface water treatment plant and other water topics, visit the district's website at www.fortbendcountywcid2.com. For SWM,